Happy Wednesday and happy early Thanksgiving. This is another episode of Herspiration Happy Hour. Ladies, are you ready for some cocktails and conversation?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
yes.
let's get it baking.
Are you ready for cocktails and conversation? Are you ready for cocktails and conversation? Are you ready for cocktails and conversation? With your host, the unapologetic diva, Dr. G, the girlfriend therapist, Dr. Cortina Lewis, the Blue Phoenix Heels, Louisa Harrell, and the networking extraordinaire, Diana Richardson Philippus. Are you ready for cocktails and conversation? This is Herspiration Happy Hour.
Hey.
What's going on, ladies?
A little bit of cooking.
I know, right? This is your unapologetic diva, Dr. G.
This is your networking extraordinaire / Thanksgiving preparer, cooker, all that. Diana Richardson Philippus. Yeah.
This is Louisa Harrell, aka the Blue Phoenix.
And this is Chavez D. Walker, your coach of courage.
Oh, what you all ladies got going on? Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving? Because see, I don't cook, but I happily eat. I would sometimes cook for Christmas, but I don't really cook for Thanksgiving. I never really have.
Thanksgiving is always my thing. I love Thanksgiving. You know how you people say you put your foot in that? Like, I love getting in the kitchen and filling it up with love and putting my feet in that, because that's how I share my love, in the kitchen.
See, I mean, I don't mind cooking, but then no. No, I cook all the time. It's time that I just get to sit down.
That's what I'm saying.
Enjoy and eat and house hop. I'm one of those people. But I think for me, I'm getting kind of, I know this is going to sound terrible, but I'm getting kind of tired of having the same thing over and over for that one time of the year. So instead of having it for Christmas and for Thanksgiving, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to cook. And sometimes I will go out and eat versus even go to anyone's house. So it just depends. Depends on my mood.
We switch up every other year, and we do something for that represents like different parts of the country. So the year before, we had an Asian themed Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's different.
Where we did a lot of different Oriental dishes. And then the 2 years before that, we did Indian cuisine. So we switch it up.
That is so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never think about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of gives you variety.
Yep.
Louisa, do you cook?
I don't anymore. I used to do every holiday, every cookout, every year. And so for the past I think it's been about 10 years now, I stopped doing it. Now, what I will do is I will fix something for my children, but I'm not doing the big stuff. So I am going to make them some lamb. I'm going to probably fry them some chicken because I don't fry chicken all the time. So I might fry them some chicken. I'm going to do some homemade rice and gravy. I have some greens. I'm going to do some homemade stuffing. And then maybe a little bit of stuff. But that stuff doesn't take time for me because I cook all the time too. But my sister is hosting Thanksgiving at her house, and I'm not going because all I do is rip and run around. I'm tired.
You say you're just going to sit this one out? Is she going to bring you something?
She'll probably, I don't know. I cook at home for the kids. That's all I do. If I didn't have children, I probably wouldn't cook. And, I feed myself, but I don't have to cook if it's just for me.
Okay. Well, you know what? For me, Thanksgiving is more about really kicking off like the holiday season. So now it's just like, it's time to put up the tree. It's time to put up lights. And I have to pull out all of my Christmas stuff, which I plan to do this weekend. I'm going to pull up all of my Christmas stuff from the basement. I want to put lights all outside on my balcony so I can sit out there. I need to get a new propane tank for my heater. But this is like the best time of the year for me. And for some reason, it's been freaking cold. And then all of a sudden tonight, it's not as cold outside. I'm like, is tomorrow going to be a very nice, like a really nice day for Thanksgiving? I didn't even look at the weather. I'm not a meteorologist, so yeah.
I'm not sure.
What's the weather like for you, Diana?
It's cold.
It's really cold still.
The temperature dropped. It was nice the last couple of days, but raining. Today it's freezing.
Well, it's been freezing like hell here. And then tonight, when I went outside briefly, I was like, I had on shorts. This is like a police set, but it's shorts bottom. And I just walked right outside and was like, wow, it feels really good out here. Before, it was so freaking cold. I had on jeans and everything and was still cold.
Well, be careful because up top how that go. It warm up and then it starts snowing.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have not seen snow in the forecast. I hope it stays away for at least, another month. At least another month.
I would like some snow. I miss snow.
Don't every now and again it snow in Atlanta?
Not that I'm talking about some real snow. I mean, it be some flurries here. It might be an inch or two. The grocery stores be selling out child milk, and I be like, it's not even that serious, people. Like, come on. You can't even get no juice. They be acting the hell up over an inch.
So what are y'all holiday plans? I mean, it's already Thanksgiving. We know who's cooking, we know who's eating, and we know who's staying in. Do you all have like holiday plans for like the Christmas or Christmas parties coming up? Hosting any Christmas parties, anything like that for the holidays? I just love it.
I'm hosting a Christmas party. My cognac and cigars.
Oh, when?
I want to do it on Christmas Eve.
Oh, well. Yeah,
That sounds fun.
I know, right?
They got a new fire pit. And we're building that out. So I'm hoping that it's cold because I really just want it to be like chilly, got a fire pit, with our cognacs, our cigars, a little fur coat, something, set it out a little bit.
You be pressed to wear this fur coat.
I impressed. I just got a lot of fur coats and I like to get my money's worth.
I know, but any chance you get, that fur coat comes up.
Oh, anytime I get it, with the weather right, the fur coat is going on. I'm going to wear my furs. Yes, I am. All of them.
Yeah, no, I don't have a fur coat. I don't feel like it gets that cold to me. But then again,
you live in Maryland. You don't think it get cold enough for a fur coat?
Nope.
We do get some brisk. We do get brisk.
I was going to say Maryland.
I guess the way my flashovers be, I'm just never that. I'm not standing in the cold for that long. I am going from my house to my car and my car to a building or wherever I'm going. It's not like I'm just sitting outside long enough to feel like, let me get a fur coat and put it on.
Well, to each his own. Everybody got their preference. Everybody got a preference. Everybody's not a fur coat wearer. That's
She's
fine.
down here where the sunshine at, so she knows she ain't getting no dang on cold weather.
That's all right.
Nope. And not.
Are you going to the beach at all during the holiday season?
I am. I sure am.
But doesn't it get a little cold sometimes? Like you get a little chill a little bit?
I mean, it's considered cold to us right now here because it's 70 degrees.
Child.
Like that's cold to Floridian. Look, I'm a Floridian,
I heard that.
Yeah, this is considered cold. Like people are walking around with jackets. Like we got jackets on. I just came in from the market. I'm like, I don't need a jacket. But it's 70 degrees while my mom is up there saying, you guys are in the 30s in Georgia.
Yeah, it's chilly.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 30 here. Now
then the wind is blowing too.
Now I gotta check. Now I gotta check the forecast because
it's officially fur coat weather here.
Yeah,
it's fur coat weather.
Yeah,
it's colder there than it is here. It's saying that it's 50 here.
Right, that's a surprise because Georgia's usually higher.
Even though it says it feels like 45, it's 50 degrees here, and it's 30 in Georgia. Holy hell!
It's a little brisk. It wasn't like this all day. It wasn't hot today. It was cool, but then I don't know what happened. I went outside like, oh, it turned into winter. Okay, Georgia fluctuates between spring, summer, and winter. During a week, we can have any range of those.
All in one
in a
day.
week. Yes.
All in one day.
I'll
Yeah.
be confused.
And then you guys get a lot of rain too, right? It's been heavy rain.
Oh, here in Maryland, yeah, or DC area, yeah. And you know what? So I had to drive down, which is something I don't really do as often, and I tried not to. I actually had to drive all the way down to DC yesterday. Well, I passed through DC and still went to another area in Maryland, but I went to Suitland. I went to hang out with my grandmother and my aunt. And when I say the weather was so nasty, I was like, oh, goodness gracious. Took me 50 minutes.
It was terrible.
And it took me 50 minutes to get there, which it normally doesn't take me that long. And it took me over an hour, almost an hour and a half to get home. I'm not going that far. Yeah, maybe 28 miles, 30 miles, something like that.
The traffic is still pretty terrible there though, right?
Yeah, it is. And I had the audacity to leave about 3:00.
Ooh.
I didn't get to Kofi till 4:30. I know. I didn't have.
I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
But you must live on the outskirts.
I do. Yeah, I don't have to deal with Tampa traffic and all of that. I do not miss Maryland traffic. I don't miss Atlanta traffic.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, I don't know if it's better to fly or drive during the holidays. I'm telling you now, I will say if you fly on Christmas, if you fly the morning of, it's not bad. But if you fly days leading up to that day, oh my gosh, it is just nightmarish. That's why I said, oh no, I'd rather drive. I mean, if I drive early because a lot of people don't just hit the road, until like 2 days or less for Christmas. Yeah, catch me a week early because I don't have the bandwidth of, trying to even get out of DC or certain areas when you're, driving down. Like if I'm driving down to Georgia or if I'm driving down to Alabama, it's a pain.
Do you prefer to fly out of DCA or BWI?
I fly out of BWI because I'm 10 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Even when people visit me, I tell them, text me when you land.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll wait a while and I'll say, did you check a bag? If you didn't check a bag, then I'll just say, text me when you land or text me when you get off the plane. And I will be at the airport by the time you get outside. If you check the bag, I say, text me when you get off the airplane and get your bag or you're in baggage claim because I don't like to have to circle 1,000 times.
I love BWI, and Atlanta Airport has turned into an absolute nightmare on Elm Street.
Because they're doing a lot of construction. I feel like they've been doing construction on that airport for like the last 10 years.
They've been doing construction on the airport since I was born. That was 1980.
You know what? I can't.
I can't either. That's why I'm saying it.
Look, that's like Minnesota Avenue.
Yeah, that part. Look here. Anywhere in DC, honestly, traffic is just getting bad. And then I think they're trying to help with all of the, I don't know, these bridges and going around and byways and throughways, and that don't even help. That all of those be backed up. Now, what makes me mad is like even if you drive during the holidays, even the easy pass lane and express lane be backed up. Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody getting easy passes now. They're like, oh, it makes it easy. Not that easy.
So you mean to tell me it has gotten so bad now that it's even traffic in the easy pass lane?
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. Especially and that's mostly on like weekends or really before major holidays. So like 4th of July, you'll find that. Of course, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and sometimes during the summer, you'll find that depending on like during the summertime, because so many people come to the city. And then, most rental cars will have easy pass stuff in there. So that way, so people are like, oh, instead of being on this way, let me go on the other side. Or just people just outright can't fucking drive that come here to visit. Like in DC, traffic downtown, I used to hate when I worked downtown And I didn't drive that often, but every now and again I would. And I used to always wonder why people who visit DC has no concept that some of us do live here for real and work here for real. They will be sightseeing from their cars, like driving slow, taking pictures. Like if you don't get the fuck out the way, and they still don't even understand the concept of, and maybe I don't know if every city is like this. I definitely know growing up in DC has been this way. They don't understand the concept of going down a damn escalator. You're muted.
They are on both sides and the middle of the escalator. And I'm like, scoot over, honey. Huh? Scoot over, honey. Huh? Get your ass out the way.
Yeah. Like, stand on the left, walk on, or it's walk on the, what is it?
Walk on the right, stand on the left. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
or walk on the left, you stand on the right side. So it's like, yeah, because I had to think about it because I'm always saying to the left, on your left, and people just standing there on your left. And then I just have to tap, excuse me, and then I can just keep walking. I'm just like, oh my gosh, because these trains sometimes they can have 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes delays between trains sometimes. So if you miss one, you might be waiting 20 minutes. Yeah, it's horrible. And like I said, it's even worse during the summer. Because then you got everybody and their mama with these
tourists.
With the, what do you call those? The strollers. I done seen plenty of babies almost get slammed up in the doors because parents breaking their neck to get onto the train. Oh yes, girl. It's you.
But the train operators don't even look out the window sometimes. So they open them and close them so fast. Like, why are you rushing?
Yeah.
Slow down. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot that goes on during the holidays, especially when it comes to traveling. I think that's why typically I travel. I don't travel during the summer very much unless it's a group thing or somebody's planning something. But for me, I don't like traveling in the summer. I'll travel probably around October, November timeframe. Almost every year. I've always usually travel for my birthday anyway, but I'm just saying that's it because I don't worry about kids being on the airplane a whole lot unless they're babies, which let me tell y'all, I had the flight home from hell. Oh no, flight home was good. Flight to Orlando was the flight from hell. First of all, I'm like, all these babies over here flying to Disney. These niggas need to be going to to the doctor, not Disney. They was in there hacking, coughing, all kinds. I had a mask on, and then there was a guy right next to me. And I was sharing this with someone else before. There was a guy right next to me, and his daughter came on with McDonald's, and then he had a cup. What is it, Annie pretzels? And they put the little cinnamon things in a cup. I'm guessing because he had a cup of cinnamon, whatever those cinnamon sticks or whatever. And he's sitting next to me, and he's just eating them. And then he turns to me, and he's like, "Would you like one?" If your hands was not just all up in there going from your mouth. Yeah.
But I got myself muted because I got the cake mixer going. But I'm over here cracking up because I would have been like, no, I don't.
I just said, no, thank you. And he was like, you're sure they're really good?
I bet they are. We've had them. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They're really good and your hands are really dirty.
Exactly.
Right,
I was like, you know what? This is what we're doing. So no, thank you. But I literally could not get off the plane long enough. I mean, fast enough because that flight felt like it was forever. And it wasn't but like an hour and 49 minutes. But the flight home was good. I had a whole road to myself. I also left at 5 a.m. So the plane was virtually empty.
I love when that happens.
Yeah. But going, I had a 5 a.m. flight, I think. I had what time did I leave? I left early morning. I don't remember what time. Nope, my bad. I left 9 o'clock at night. Let me tell you, I messed my flight up so bad. I was supposed to fly out Friday morning. I even told Cortina, hey, pick me up at 11 something. Or no, she was supposed to give me like 1 something. Why? I look at my flight to check in and it wouldn't let me. And then I looked and it was like, oh, you don't leave at 9 a.m. You leave at 9 o'clock at night. So I didn't get to my room until like after midnight. Didn't go to sleep until after 1. And then I had to be up and downstairs checking in at 7:30 since I didn't check in that Friday. Yeah, but the conference was good. I had fun. I went to concert at the Classics. Was having some fun out there, me and Cortina. And then I literally got in my room. It's like 1 something. I had to be up by 3 something, 3:30 for my 5 o'clock flight. Insane. Now I'm sitting my ass home for a little bit.
I was just getting ready to ask you. Okay, so is this your, like, when do you sit down and just allow yourself to be and relax and chill? Because, the big day is around the corner. So,
No, I still have travel. So I'm leaving probably around, if not the 1st, I might leave around no later than the 3rd, because I have to drive down to Huntsville unless I get me a quick flight in and out of back to Huntsville. I got to go pick my dress up. I pick my dress up on the 6th.
okay.
And I have to be refitted for it. Like after all the alterations,
Uh-huh.
I have to make sure that the alterations are good. So I know it's getting too close then, because tomorrow I think it'll be 90 days.
So now if they do need to, which they're not, but in the event that they have to do a little snip and snug, they'll still have time.
A snip and snug where?
On your on your dress. That's what I said, which they're not. They're not.
I'm just saying a snip and snug where though? At the top?
No, anywhere. I'm saying the alterations. This is
never had to touch the top. Literally only had to take up. It fits so perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna have to put some tape. So
okay.
Because I worry about my girls if I just whoop and out of my happiness.
They be like whoop
floor and they just whoop also.
Yeah.
So I said I'll just get some, clothing tape or something like that, and tape myself literally all the way around. I don't want no part of it slipping. So I'm just going, I'm just going to tape it.
You excited? Are you excited?
I don't know.
Yes.
You know what? I guess because I had so much stuff going on, it comes in spurts. Am I excited for today? Yes, but I feel like it's still far enough out that I'm not that excited yet, because I still have so much stuff to do and get done. So I'm excited when I get to plan and I'm working on it and I'm doing things, but then reality hits me like, oh, I still got a whole lot of shit left to do. So let me be happy in a moment, and then but it's in spurts. Overall, I'm excited, and I'm waiting on this day to come so that way I can relax afterwards, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
So I have a question. So, and I don't know if wait, I know Diana's married. You're getting ready to be married, and then are you married?
I'm divorced.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Do you feel like there is going to be something different with your relationship, because you and Jay have been together already for a good bit of time? So do you feel that something's going to change once you get married?
No, I don't. I don't. Other than my last name, I don't. I think it would feel, I don't know if it would feel different, because then it would be husband. But in terms of our interactions and our day-to-day, and maybe a different role, because now it be stepmom and not just, Miss Pam. I don't know. I mean, it's really, I don't know. I don't think it will. Why? Everybody keeps saying, oh yeah, even though y'all been together, it's still, things are going to change. I don't see where, because we naturally have a groove that we have. So it's still like the first day we met. I mean, we still, he still opens car doors. He still brings me flowers and little gifts and little trinkets. And we still talk on the phone. We still text. There's not a lot that has changed in how we interact with each other. So I'm not sure what will change.
What about you, Diana? What do you think?
Pardon my noise in the background. That's my cake mixer. I think marriage does change things. I'm not saying necessarily in a bad way either. I mean, Masibo, he does a lot of the same things that he did while we were dating as well. However, once we sealed the deal, okay, some things change. That's all I'm gonna say because he's over there. Some things do change, but some things change for the better as well. That I'm just being honest because there's a certain level of comfort that comes along with marriage and complacency. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
but that's not to scare anybody, because it's a beautiful thing.
I don't always think that though. I think complacent. Hey, Masibo, I think complacency.
I am podcasting. Say hi. They saying hi to you. While he drink beer, while I'm in here slaving from Tuesday, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, I feel like that in 10 years we've kind of underwent a whole lot of things. I think she just kicked herself off on accident. And we've got to evolve together. You know what I'm saying? We got to have the hard conversations. We've had the easy conversations. We've had, the frustrating conversations. And I've seen him literally grow into a different person. And, I don't know. So, and he's seen me grow into a person. So,
that's not what it's about. That's not it. That's not the premises of what we're talking about.
I mean, well, then how? I mean, what changed?
It's just I can't explain it. Shay, you want to take it on?
So, let me ask Louisa because I'm curious to see Louisa, what do you say?
Well, they live together, so that's usually one of the biggest changes. They already live together. They incorporate their life already, so that might make things a little bit easier for them. There is a switch, though. There is a switch that happens, and it's not like it's on purpose. It just happens from fiance to wife and husband. So there's always like some type of quick click over. I don't know what it is, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just more serious, So y'all will be having, I'm pretty sure, more serious conversations. And I don't know. It's just things that you talked about already might come up in a different way. It's a little bit different now. When I don't know, and but you've done this before, so it's not like, But this is different because y'all two have a different connection. So this is going to be like the first time for you. I'm so excited. And, so it's going to change because now y'all husband and wife. And it's like, it's some maybe spiritual. I don't know what it is, but it is going to be some shift. But it might not necessarily be a bad shift. It's probably be a good shift. Because y'all live together already.
Yeah.
Y'all know each other's routine. You know how, your moves, you've been through several seasons with each other, so it may not necessarily be a big change, but something's going to flip over in a good way. We're going to say it's a good way, but,
I agree with that.
I mean, I'm curious to see this good way.
I agree with that. The intensity of the relationship, it just revs up because now you shift from an option to we locked in, we in there.
Yeah, like period.
So because right now you've been able to enjoy the seasons of choosing to do this. This is a choice. But if I wanted to walk away, I could. This is an option. It's no longer an option, honey. Once you take those vows and you go before God and say, "Till death do us part," you gotta stand up in that thing. You have to honor that and the intensity of the responsibility. And I say responsibility loosely because it does become a responsibility. There's a responsibility that comes along with honoring your husband, him honoring his wife.
Look, what if I leave some of that stuff out?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It is written and it is so. Because in this
we're writing our own vows.
No, because this is why.
You can't leave that out, Pamela.
No, the word says when a man find a wife, he find a good thing in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
He is
I'm
now,
just teasing. I'm just
we know you're teasing, but he now has accepted a different walk in his life the moment he honors what God has already ordered.
Things are
Come
going to
on,
change
somebody.
a lot for
That's where
him.
the switch happens.
Things are going to change a lot for him because of that covenant.
Yes.
Because now,
he better be changing for the good. He better
no,
not
that's what I'm saying.
get
Because the blessing of it, the
Yes.
blessing of finding a wife who actually is there and loves and pushes you, and he's open and willing to receive it. So a man usually presses forward, even if you've already been in a relationship. It's something about your wife. It's something about having that wife that makes them go up higher. You know what I'm saying? And it's something about having a husband that we're gonna do, we're gonna do, just like they can. But it's something that happens when you come together that takes you here. And it's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm expecting great things, you know what I'm saying? Because you've already been there behind him. But it's something within a man that changes when they have a wife. Has he ever been married? Oh, this is gonna be different.
Oh yeah, this is look.
Yeah.
This we
I've
about to
never
kick
had a
off.
wife and I've never had a wedding. And this feels to me like the way that when you get to select a husband and a husband selects your wife, this is very new for me. So it was a different feeling from being able to, even though I've been married before, I've been divorced for years. I mean, hell, we've been together 10 years. I've been divorced for 12. It's just different. It's a different feeling that I have. Any other time I've been very apprehensive. I was, like I know I shouldn't do it and all of those things. And this time it was like, I prayed over several times and this has just been it for me. It's been it for me for a long time, but it just took me a long time to even be sure this is something that I want. But I always say now, at least I know exactly what I'm getting. I mean, hell, 10 years, I know what I'm getting.
Well, but still, all in all, marriage is work. I tell people all the time, it's like, yeah, the wedding, the proposal and the wedding, those are all great, fun things, but then once the ceremony is over and once the reception is over, then the real party begins, is what I like to call it. That's the real party because, like you were saying, I can't remember whether it was Shay or Louisa, but it is a switch because there is no longer like, oh, we boyfriend and girlfriend, whether we living together or not. Because Vasiko and I were living together for 5 years before we got married. But it ain't no more, oh, well, I'm mad, I'm moving out. No, you mad, you going upstairs to the room, and I'm going to go over here or to this room over here, and then we going to come back together and figure this thing out. It's no more, oh, I can just leave. No, you can't just leave. And it's no more thinking in terms of I. It is we. It is us. At all times, you leave and cleave, period. So, yeah, it's a good time. That's what I'm saying. It's a good time, get into it.
I don't know. I guess because I invested emotionally in that sense a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like if times got hard and I walked away, what would a marriage be? If I wasn't willing to go through these hard times with somebody that I'm committed to in a relationship, and we weren't even living together at the time. But I think it's for me. I don't have a whole lot of change to do because I cook all the time. And not like I'm saying, oh, he's always, well, yeah, he's probably always gotten me because I don't feel like, I feel like if I love him like that, I'm going to cherish what we have. I'm going to appreciate him. I'm going to still do things for him. So I still make plates and, all of those things. I've held back on some things I'm waiting till marriage for, but that would be a change. Just saying.
There is a.
What's that? I'm curious. Oh, sorry, Sherry.
Look, don't get into her yum. She'll reveal that after. And look, I'm gonna be on here like
Right.
But there is a spiritual unction that happens in a man when he marries, when you unite, because women, we're naturally nurturers. We come with all of those things naturally, right? But for a man, when he accepts what he's called to do naturally, there is something that, like, it's almost like God summons you. I'm calling you to the courts of heaven. You got to rise up, King. We got some extra work to do, because now he's in a posture to be churned and curated spiritually because of his posture as a husband. That thing hit different. And that's what I'm saying.
I'm at my 6th month. I'm gonna let y'all know. Because when is 6 months?
I would say not 6
You ain't gonna have to
I ain't
say
gonna say 6 months.
Yeah,
you ain't
not
gonna have
6
to say
months.
nothing. I'm gonna tell you what we gonna have to do. All we have to do is look at you. We'll be able to tell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then here I go, because now this is where, like, so, you know, I listen to all of the beautiful accolades and people go through and express their relationships with you at the bridal shower, which was great. And then I heard you say, you know, this about God. And when you spoke to me, and I said, yeah, we're gonna be really building after this I do exchange, because this gonna be those times where you're gonna be like, all right, so, and this is how you're gonna be for real. All right, so listen. So this happened, and I know that we've been here for so long, but I need for you to it's gonna be the brow. It's gonna be the rub of the brow. You know, it's gonna be one of these numbers right here.
Botox, but they don't do that a lot.
It's gonna be one of these rubs right here. I'm like, listen, love is patient, love is kind.
Yes, it is.
Do-do-do.
Because there's always moments, you know.
Right. There always be moments. I mean, certain things just annoy me. But then likewise, I know there's certain things that annoy him, like me just being at home and the dishes are full right now in the sink. But he told me this morning, he said, I'll do the dishes when I come home. And I was like, I'll take care of them. I emptied out the dishwasher and the dishes are still there.
It hit different.
But in my defense, I don't normally wash dishes, just like I don't normally wash clothes. I put away, he wash.
But if he's at work all day and you're at home, why can't you wash the dishes?
Because I'm at work. Just because I'm at home don't mean I'm not at work.
But I'm just saying, though, I know you're working at home, but what I'm saying is that, and you know I know, because I talk to you, so there are times when you're not doing shit, okay? And before that man get home from work, you can bust them suds. Period.
I can cook dinner too.
Not bust them suds.
Bust them suds.
I can also cook dinner. I can cook dinner. Honestly, a lot of times that's what I'm normally
doing. Dirty sink.
Say what?
That go hand in hand. How you cooking dinner and you got dirty dishes in the sink? That go hand in hand. Girl, clean that kitchen up for that man. I'm not saying do it all the time, but help him out. He out working.
You act like I don't. I do sometimes. I had intended to, but today, let me tell you.
I intended to.
I intended to, but let me tell you something. I didn't sleep last night. And then, I mean, this one here has been working me today. My dog got neutered, so it has been a time, you know, trying to get him comfortable. And I finally got him comfortable with his little post-surgical jumper, his post-surgical romper on. And so now because it was literally, I was holding his head up a lot because he couldn't even move with the collar that they gave him. His head was like slumped. It was so heavy. And so now he's just chilling. He mad because he can't lick himself, but he good.
He better not lick himself and tear them stitches up.
I mean, he can't anyway, because that's what the romper, it's thick material too, so you can't really do much.
I wish I would have knew about the little romper when Thunder got neutered.
I know, girl, and they have them for all sizes, though. I got to show you my little romper. See? And where you can't even
look at that. You got on the onesie, man. You got on the onesie.
So it keeps the area dry and everything. So I was doing like homework on. I was like, well, let me still keep his collar just in case. I almost want to take it back because I logged online to actually buy him a less like harsh collar that'll be more comfortable. This one's plastic and all of that stuff. I mean, y'all should have seen him. He just looked miserable. Even Jay was like, poor thing. you know, and then so I sent Jay a picture of him now, and he was like, "Oh, my man's back." So yeah, so now he's just, you know, the medication got him kind of tired because he got to take it every 12 hours because he can't run, jump, do any of that stuff right now. He barely like walking to the daggone his little potty station.
Oh, sugar butt.
You can sit down.
So
Okay.
do you unbutton the thing, the onesie so you can use the bathroom?
So the good thing is you can see I'm over here like product.
It's like, please sit me down.
So there's little button pieces. So you have to unhook it, and so that it does not get wet there or anything. There's buttons at the top that you just snap it to when you fold it up. So you fold it high enough where it snaps, and it's interchangeable. So there's different size buttons up in here. So there I can loosen this, and there's more buttons at the top. So if he was a little bit bigger, because that's by weight. You know, you buy by how big they are, but they have some. This is the extra small. But if he was longer, then I would just use less. I wouldn't snap them from all the way to the bottom. You would see additional snaps. So, yeah, it's actually, I know he's looking like, honey, put me down, please. Yeah, so it's just been, I'm telling you, that has been a lifesaver because when, y'all, he just looked so sad the whole time he had to wear that daggone collar and it was heavy. And I felt bad because I was trying to have him go to the bathroom, but I have to hold it up. But his head would just be slumped, slumped all the way down. And that just bothered me. So I was like, I got to take care of my baby. Got to take care of my baby. Look at him.
Oh,
Collar bigger than him, big as his head. So, yep. So he's good now. Aren't you, baby? You good? You good now?
so I have a curious question.
Yes.
Have you used your French 75 your mixture that was in your basket yet? I want to know how it tastes.
I don't have the basket yet. I'll have it this week. My mom.
Oh, okay.
My mom's being here Friday. My mom's driving. You know, remember I was on a plane, so I had to fly. So my mom, everything that all the big gifts that I couldn't take, my mom is coming up. She'll be here Friday. She's going to bring me all of my big baskets and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You tell me how it tastes because I really the flavor of those two things. I'm like, that sounds like a good mixture. I'm gonna have to try that myself. So I'm gonna need for you to make that up and tell me how that tastes.
Okay, when I have my whole basket here. I was able to bring like just I think a bag that I put inside of my other one in my suitcase. That I did I check it? No, I carried everything on. I don't remember if I checked it. I think I just carried on. It was so small. It was super small. I couldn't get much of anything in there. So yeah, I brought all my little stuff back, and my mom's bringing all the bigger stuff, so I can't wait. Utilize my stuff, but I'll let you know about the fridge. Girl, half the shower is a blur at this point, or it was afterwards. It was the after party that was like. I'm surprised I made it to my flight though.
What time did y'all end up like what time did you because you had a real super early flight, right?
I mean, I left at 5 a.m.
So you had to be at the airport like 3.
I got to the airport about 4.
Okay.
About 4. I don't remember. Don't give me a line. Yeah, that hour in the morning, I just went right through. Okay. I had to pre-check and all of that other stuff. So I just went right through and I slept on the airplane. I think I shared that story last week where I left my bag on the plane. They had my laptop in it, left to go get it, left my phone plugged up while I hurried to go get my bag because I remembered it was gone. And then went back and they had it and came back and my phone was still plugged up, thank God, and why they took it. But yeah, it was a rough time.
Memorable.
Or as they say, or not. Or not. I don't know. I had a ball though, and I was so appreciative and everything was so beautiful at the shower. Again, I mean, it was just beautiful. So now I'm like 90 something days until the wedding, and I'm just ready.
I'm excited for you. One thing, I'm divorced. I'm not opposed to remarrying. And then we were talking about how that shift happens with the husband. Sometimes it's supposed to happen, sometimes it does not. or it doesn't fully happen, you know. And so that's kind of what happened with my marriage. We were together 18 years. And so a lot happened around that time. But I'm not opposed to remarrying because I love being a wife. I love being a wife. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love being a mom. I love just doing, though I wasn't able to stay home. I love being a wife. So I'm excited.
Well, I love being single.
What did you love about it?
I just
Please,
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm not being facetious. I'm just.
I like just having somebody to lay next to at night. You know, just even
Girl,
if
you ain't gotta be married for that.
No, but
Did I say that? I'm sorry.
I know you don't have to be, but it's a little bit different when it's somebody that you can be mad with and still look at them. I don't know. It's just it's just some things that you just want to share with your person. It's something it's just something about that connection for me, and I'm very big on connection.
Yeah.
And so that's I like being there, and I love the sound of the keys coming into the house. That makes me excited when I know that's my person coming home. I love just being able to do little things for him, just stuff like that. And of course,
I feel that.
I'm a giver, I'm a person that takes care of people, and I want it reciprocated. But for me, I get satisfaction out of doing, So like just being able to know that the food that I made for him made him roll his eye in the back of his head, or he just made some type of moan or something because I fixed that for him. It's just something about that for me. And
eyes in the back of the head and a moan. You was cooking? I said eyes in the back of the head and cooking.
Yes,
you was cooking.
Give me some
What
good food. You want to see all types of stuff.
Yeah, I loved being single. Jesus.
I need for you to be quiet.
Stop it. I did. I loved being single. But I think that's what makes me, love just going and transitioning and going to love being a wife. Now, granted, I've been a wife before, but I really wasn't because I was still so disconnected. So that's why I said this experience is very different for me. But I can't lie. I loved being single. I loved having my own space. I loved having my own house. I loved coming home solo. But because I didn't always. When I got to really love and appreciate my lonely times, and I realized I was not lonely, and I got to connect to a higher power of just being loving who I am and loving the space that I'm in, it hit different. I loved being single. I just love having someone to come home to, but don't get it twisted. I like when he's not here. I like when I can have moments, but I do love that I have somebody that celebrates stuff with that. As soon as something comes to me, I want to share it. So I'm just saying, I'm going to love becoming a wife, but just as much as I love, being about myself, because I don't intend to change that. I don't want to lose who I am because I get married. And so I'm going to always.
You don't have to.
I'm going to always.
No, you don't.
Having my own space, but some people do. Some people lose the sense of who they are because they feel like they have to give up who they are because they get married. I'm not giving up who I am because I'm married. I'm going to give up a part of me, but I'm not giving up all of me. I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to be dressed to the nines. I'm still going to date myself. I'm still going to be very intentional about my self-care. I'm not going to wrap my entire life around him. I'm just not.
But you know this. A lot of people aren't taught that. And so, and I think we need to start being more real and honest about marriage. And I think if we start doing that, more marriages will last.
Yeah, I'm gonna some old shit with a night that's halfway rusty, because he got some life with him. I'm just saying, if you wearing clean and shining armor, that means you've not experienced stuff. That means you about to drag me through the mud and it's over some mess. I'd rather have you be a knight that had fought battles, your own and the ones for me, or your kid, your mom, or whatever. Because to me, that gives me a man with substance. That's what I love the most. So
that you said it.
Oh
but
yeah.
Here's the thing: you won't even I appreciate being able to identify who I was outside of other people. You know what I mean? Because it's so important to be grounded within and love yourself. How can I love somebody, stand up and woo and wow over other people when I can't woo and wow over myself? I am the first. It starts with me. It starts with me and it finishes with me. I have to be engulfed in me. I have to prioritize. I gotta love me.
Got you over
That's
there.
right.
And when you love you first, then the overflow is for the other people.
Yeah,
that's right.
Overflow, when I'm on full, Alton gets the absolute best version of me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But when I start to dabble in my cup and I notice my well getting a little low, I gotta step away from him and everything else so that I can make sure I'm good.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
right.
prioritize me. I can't give you what I don't have.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was messing with you, Louise. I said, we got you over there crying.
Oh, now something, I don't know what's in my eye.
But I also agree with a lot of what Louisa said, because I've always identified as a wife. I remember walking through the house playing, you know how you play dressed up, and I was a wife. I used to have played weddings, and I'm a wife. I've always identified as a wife. But I knew that it was going to take somebody real special to be able to get me to that place where God says, submit to your husbands. Well, you got to we got to have the right kind of husband, because I just can't submit to anything.
That part.
Like what you bring in, because submission and me don't mesh well when the math ain't mathing. What we talking about?
You know what?
I'm just saying. Yeah, like what's submission to somebody that can't? You're not a protector. You're not a provider. I need a man, and I, like you said, a man with substance, a man of valor. I need for you to be the man, the one that knows how to let me do exactly what I'm doing right now, and then look at me a certain way. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be quiet, but I'm
right. You be like, you know what, babe? You
that part.
That communication.
You know what? You got it. I know when you're serious, and I know when I can yap. Like there has to be absolute balance. And man, yeah, God did a doozy on me with Alton, because just as quick as I want to shake the sugar out of him, I want to love him too, because I love him. You know, I mean, it can go from 1 second to the next. Like but he does not. It doesn't stop. He's my person. Like, despite how all of that feels, he is my person, and I get excited when he's coming home, but I love when he's away as well, because I'm able to prioritize keeping my cup full. And then when he's here, I'm able to pour all of it over him, and at the same time, bless you and pray for you as you walk out the door and go back to work to do what it is that you were created to do, provide and protect.
That's right. It's the provider part for me.
Yeah.
You know, because so many men, I'll just put it this way. When a man enters into a marriage, he has to understand that a part of him, he has to die. A part of him dies to become that husband. And sometimes men do struggle with that portion of it, you know, because they feel like, you know, I'm still me. I'm still going, no. A portion of you has to die to step into this new version of you, as with women as well. You know, yes, it is very important for both people to still keep a portion of their individuality, right? We all need that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, She-Wolf just walked in the kitchen, but anyway, she needs to get out of here. I'll show y'all She-Wolf in a minute. She really is wolf. But they do have to you have to understand that. And I lost my train of thought because She-Wolf came in here. I'm sorry. I mean, that really just
we have to hold on. You have to die.
Right. You have to die to your old self to walk into the marriage, to become that husband that you're supposed to be. It has to be an understanding. And yes, Shay, when you say love to love on you when you're here, but bless you when you go, so that I can keep my cup full. That is so important, because I think that women don't understand that it's not selfish to take care of yourself.
Yep.
That part.
It's not selfish to take care of yourself. But I still say that wives have a duty.
Okay. She just froze.
Oh, yeah. She froze.
She was definitely froze. She meant that point that was coming out right there.
I know, right? She was about to get busy.
Oh, yeah, she was.
right? He comes back. But I mean, wives do have a duty, but I also think that, I don't know. We wives do have a duty, but I think we also have a duty to show up of who we are, good, bad, or indifferent. So I mean, because we sometimes roles have to be reversed. So if we always go in the mindset that I have a duty to do this, and that's all I have because I have to, I got to do duty of the wife, and you don't put any flexibility in there, you can't. Here again, you lose a part of who you are. And so I mean, while we have duties, what do duties really look like?
I think that's why you need to have extreme balance when it comes to expectation. Communication is absolute key. I need to understand. You need to understand what you can expect of me. I need to understand what I can expect of you, and we need to be able to talk about the things that we disagree on and find compromise. Because we get swallowed up in that expectation because we assume. Right? We assume certain things without communication. And then here you go setting your house on fire, but it's your own, it's your own inner person. We didn't come to the table to say, oh, you know what? Help me identify certain times. I can't assume that you're going to take out the trash. Because you could have been spending all year 45, however many years old, not taking out the trash, and you get over here, and because I've lived this way and the man has always taken out the trash, I have an expectation that you are unaware about, and now we arguing for no reason. So understanding how not to get wrapped up in the expectation. And sometimes it doesn't happen until it happens. Wait a minute, but we need to be able to discern what's happening there. So we do have a duty. We absolutely have a duty. The duty is to be authentic and honest and communicate. So you leave no room for the enemy to play.
Period. With a heavy emphasis on communication.
Oh yeah.
And effective communication. Because one thing I had to learn is, you get nowhere with a man with the popping of the neck and the being smart and the slick ass mouth. Nope. You just don't. Like, they don't hear that. They don't hear that. You have to speak to your man directly, looking them in the eye and calmly. At all times. You do, and it's not something easy to do. It's not. It sounds easy, but I mean, I catch myself because me, Pam. Like sometimes I be like, "What the fuck?" Like I get live, but if I do, it gets me absolutely nowhere. I'm mad. Now he's mad. Things are blown out of proportion. He hasn't heard a damn thing I said. I'm so mad I forgot what the hell it was that I'm mad about at this point because it takes on a life of itself. But you just have to communicate the right way.
Let me tell you something. I very seldom, I hardly have a cuss out moment with him. You know why? Because I got friends who I just call and I go the fuck off and I say everything that I have to say. And then they bring me down to reality like, Pam, please. And then by the time he gets home, I either have gotten over it because it's me or I'm able to chat with him and say, because it's him. And then there is no, the angry feeling is gone because I've been able to get the way that I wanted to and get it all out before he gets home. The value of having some friends like Diana.
Yeah, I hear you. We lean on each other. We lean on each other in that way because I mean, life is always life, and no one's perfect. Yes. A boyfriend isn't perfect. A husband damn sure isn't perfect. And as wives and girlfriends and significant others, whatever you want to call us, women.
I'm a fiance.
Right, a fiance. No one is ever perfect, and I say, when you have expectations of people, you really set yourself up for disappointment. Placing expectations on people sets yourself up for disappointment. Expect people to be exactly who the hell they are.
Yeah. Yep.
That's that.
Especially during the holidays, I'm not getting nothing. Nobody that ask me for nothing. It's the holidays. Nobody. I ain't got time. We are at the top.
Wait a minute. It blanked out.
Say
You
what?
said don't ask you for nothing.
Don't ask me. I said it's the holiday season. I was just saying, don't ask me for nothing. I'm not getting nobody nothing. It's the holiday season. We getting ready to get off. We have one more.
Well, I'm asking for something.
Ask one more show before we.
I thought this was the last show.
No, we got one more. No, next week, Wednesday. I think it's like the 29th. And then we go on hiatus. Okay. Good long hiatus.
Well, I'm asking for something.
What
you want, girl?
I'm asking everyone if they could send 5 packs of panties, different sizes, so that I can donate them to the women's shelter.
It froze on me, so it's 5 packs of 5 what?
5 packs of the 5-pack panties, different sizes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what women's shelter?
It's the one right here it's Pinellas County Women's Shelter.
Mm.
Yeah, battered women's shelter. Women that are escaping domestic abuse. Yeah.
What about clothes? I got a rack of clothes.
Mm.
I'm literally getting ready to get.
Yeah, I have a closet full.
And you know what? I will I'll reach out to them now. And I mean, I'm sure because they want to, be able to get reacclimated once they're able to be honed and that kind of thing. And I also have job interviews and stuff.
And I also have inventory that I'm just gonna just donate and get rid of too. Not necessarily that. So I'm gonna donate a lot of stuff out for the holidays. Like even with me and Jay was just cleaning out. He was cleaning out, getting rid of coats. Just looking for a coat drive and whatnot. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shay, we need to talk about that. I like because I work with some women's shelters right here in Atlanta. So
great. Yeah. So both of y'all let me know because I got clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Clothes.
And I just gave away a whole lot of things to my children's school because they once every year, every 2 years, twice a school year, they take the clothes and put them in the cafeteria, separate and let the parents come and get them. So I just gave away a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, see, this is all good stuff. Louisa, where can everybody find and connect with you at?
You can find me in the. You can find me.
She's fine. She'll come up.
I'm sorry. The Blue Phoenix Hills everywhere. I don't know where I just went, but the Blue Phoenix Hills everywhere.
Early sipping. What about you, Shay? Where can everybody find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at The Coach of Courage or www.thecoachofcourage.com.
Diana Richardson Philippus.
Yes, you can find me at Diana Richardson Philippus on all social media platforms. And you can also just go to my link in my bio that can direct you to all my other platforms.
That part. You can find me on all social media platforms at IAMDRPGURLEY. I am Dr. P. Gurley. And I always spell it because people have a way of jacking up my name. Even when they're right in front of me, when I say I am Dr. P. Gurley, they be trying to spell out all the way, doctor all the way. So you can find me on all social media platforms at I am Dr. P. Gurley. And of course, go to my link in the bio. It takes you everywhere that I'm at. Oh God, just choked on some spit.
That's okay. Take your time. Take a sip.
Not necessarily the way I want to be choking on my spit, though. But anyway, you will find us here at the same time, same place next week for our last show, right before we're going to go into the holiday season. I know I just threw y'all for a curve. Ladies, as always, before we head out, y'all have a safe Thanksgiving, safe travels. If you're eating, don't overeat. Hey, just be conscious about your health now because the way, just be careful about your surroundings. Be careful about what's in your food.
Yeah.
Look here, it's flu season. COVID is still real. Just be extremely safe if you are going to be getting around a lot of people and a lot of family. Protect your health. Next week, 7 p.m. We'll see you right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is Herspiration.